So what I want to show you is array formulas. And array formulas are very special in Excel. So they're quite advanced. You really need to know Excel thoroughly to understand array formulas, but they are very, very useful. Let me show you how useful they can be. Let's open. I have a toolkit open for you. Okay, so we have an exercise in one of our courses. I think it's our financial modeling courses. Yes. Let me start with a simple array. What do we mean by an array? Again, as I said, an array can be a list or a table. So you have cells and then you have arrays. That's how Excel works. Cells and arrays. But Excel works with cells naturally. Excel works with cells. But arrays are special. Array formulas are formulas you can write based on ranges and not cells. So if you look at this data, I have price and I have quantity. To get my total, I simply do equals to price times quantity, right? Everybody knows that. And then I drag down, Control D. That's a shortcut, by the way. If you want to copy down, it's Control D. So once I do that, my figures are changing because I'm using random numbers, so don't worry about that. They're just random numbers that automatically change every time you press F9. All right, so what's my grand total? My grand total is sum. Shortcut I just used is Alt equals to. To quickly sum something is Alt equals to. All right. Can you see 32,494? Right. Now, what about if I had 1 million of these rows, right? If you think about it, this January to December is 12, which is fine. If I had 1 million rows, that means I'm going to have 1 million calculations. And then I'll now, why do I have 1 million calculations? Simply to get a grand total. And the only thing that interests me is grand total. So why should I do 1 million calculations to get grand total? Isn't that mega inefficient? And that consumes a lot of memory space. So what an array formula does is eliminates those 1 million calculations. And how do you do it? This is how you do it. I'll break it down for you. You say equals to. I want to do equals to this range times this range. If you remember, I'm multiplying this range by this range. But really, that doesn't make sense, right? Equals to that range times that range. If I enter, Excel is actually going to throw an error. Now, array formulas are not the natural way Excel works. But, okay, Excel doesn't work by range. Why can't it work by range? For a simple reason. If I highlight this range, right, what is it that Excel is going to show in this cell? Is it going to show 11 or 12 or 14 or 12 or what is it going to show? So obviously Excel doesn't know what to show, so it shows you an error. But really, this value error is not really an error. It just means there are many, many values in there. So if I press F2 and F9, F2, F9 is what you use to audit sections of the formula. If I press F2, F9, you will now really see what is hiding inside that cell. You can see the 12, the 12, the 11, the 10, the 11, the 13, just the same way you see it under price. So what we've done here is I just said equals to a range or an array, and it shows it inside the formula. But just hold on for a while, or we'll come to the answer very soon. I'm going to multiply this array by another array. All right? So array 1 times array 2. When I enter, again, Excel is like, what is this guy talking about? I work with cells, I don't work with arrays. So Excel still doesn't know what to show you, right? So if I do F2, F9, you'll see that what it has done is it has multiplied the first list by the second list, or the first range by the second range, the first array by the second array. And look at the answers it's giving you inside the formula. But you know, it has too many answers, so it can't show you one. So you can see that these answers are exactly the same as our totals. All right. So if you look at this, we said one array times another array. But whenever you use an array formula, you need what I call an aggregator function. For you to be able to use the array effectively and show an answer, you need an aggregator, something that aggregates, something that sums or brings everything together. And obviously the aggregator we want to use here is sum. Okay, so we're going to say, hey, sum, take all these figures that my array brought and sum them up for me, right? That's a simple thing to ask sum, isn't it? But guess what? When you enter, sum is also confused. Sum is like, look, you did a calculation based on ranges. I don't understand what you did. You've done an array. So when you build, this is really an array formula. When you build array formulas, you must end them with a special Control-Shift-Enter. You can't just enter when you finish typing an array formula. You must hold Control and Shift together and enter. That's when it works. And you can see the answer. And if you look at your formula bar, you will see something I call curly brackets, or something we call curly brackets. That's how you identify an array formula. So to recap, to do an array formula, I will use an aggregator first. Then I do the mathematics that I want inside the formula. Then I close my bracket, and then I don't enter, I do Control Shift Enter. And that's how you use array formulas. Thanks for watching another training video from dbrownconsulting. See you in the next video.